Yo, yo, yo! Yo, yo, yo! Yo, yo, yo! Alright, so we definitely have to turn that off because that is going to drive us crazy. Alright, it feels like a work Zoom call. We're going to let some people straggle in here. What up? Alright, we're just making sure that we have your guys' information. We got the stream going on this other iPad right here, so we can see what you're chatting. We're gonna get started here in just a sec. Oh, here we go. There's a chat room. All right, so tonight's gonna be a fun one. We're doing pasta carbonara, and we're gonna do almost all of it from scratch. We got the KitchenAid out. We're going to do our own pasta. I did some sourdough pasta a couple days ago. We're gonna roll that out, cut that for you here live on the show here. We're gonna make the carbonara sauce, which is eggs, pecorino, parmesan, salt and pepper, and we're gonna mix it up live right here in this Instapot. And we're gonna have that, and it's gonna be a fantastic dinner. So let's get it started. And we got this nice mocktail. We got some hop water, this Trader Joe's apple cider vinegar drink, a little Angostura bitters, and a ginger kombucha. So cheers, that is our mocktail for the evening to go with our carbonara, pasta carbonara. Very authentic, traditional Italian mocktail. I'm kidding on that, but everything else will be pretty authentic. Pasta carbonara, we're gonna keep it simple, we're gonna keep it traditional. You know, no rules here, but I definitely encourage you guys, let's stick to the tradition. I know you're gonna wanna go crazy and add a bunch of things like cream, butter, chicken, you know, all the olive oil type upsells. Highly recommend you guys don't do that. Let's just keep it traditional, enjoy it, and really get the most out of this silky egg sauce that we're gonna make here for our homemade carbonara. All right, so we're gonna start with the pasta. That's gonna take us the longest. We're gonna roll it out. I have like a nice sourdough pasta chunk here that's been waiting to be made into pasta. Tagliatelle. That's the type of pasta, like really thick. We're gonna roll that out here on the KitchenAid here pretty soon. If you have store-bought pasta, no big deal. Just hang out, we'll get to you in a sec. So this is your time. You can go make your own mocktail, grab your drink, and we'll link up with you in probably about 20 minutes here. Definitely stay tuned, but we'll link up as far as process goes when it's time to cook the pasta and then make the sauce. So hang tight. You can check out what you're missing with the homemade pasta. We'll take you through the process, and we'll have a nice evening here together. All right, sound good? Any questions here? Gonna check the chat. All right, we got the chat is live. We have our wonderful sous chef here, Kayla. She is currently getting the chat forum going, and she's gonna jump on camera in just a sec when she's got that under control. She is mic'd up though. Kayla, say hi.
Hey everyone. Hey viewers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I'm right here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, let's do it.
Okay, no questions so far.
Pasta carbonara. So tell me a little bit about what we're doing tonight.
Okay, pasta carbonara, super simple dish. Simple, but it's all in the execution.
Okay.
So we're doing fresh pasta, keeping it real. Then eggs in the sauce, pecorino romano, Parmesan cheese, fresh ground. And the classic recipe calls for like a type of Italian bacon. We're not going to use it. We're just going to use a little bit of olive oil. And the reason for that is I don't think it makes sense to like fry up a bunch of pork fat and put it in here. It's good enough as it is. I know I'm kind of straying from the rules a little bit of honoring the tradition, but I just don't think it needs it. So instead, we're going to just use a splash of like really good olive oil, and I think we'll be good to go.
Okay, perfect.
So now we're going to get into our pasta portion. So this is some sourdough pasta that I made a couple days ago. Check that out. It's like nice and airy. Find the right camera here. It's fermented nicely, and it got like a nice poof. So I can't wait to dig into this.
How does one make pasta?
We're going to take you through, we'll definitely have like another pasta series here for fresh made pasta, ravioli, lasagna. We're going to do it all. But we're starting with this here. So you're just going to have to take my word with it. We'll send you guys the recipe. But I'm really happy for the sourdough pasta.
Ooh.
It smells like fresh sourdough bread.
Have we ever made this before?
Yeah. We made it a couple weeks ago, and it came out really good.
Okay, cool. Oh, you used the sourdough pasta last time, too.
Yeah.
For everyone that we did the giveaways for.
Yeah, for the giveaways.
Okay, cool. And we got really good reviews on the giveaways for the pasta, so this is about to be bomb.
So first step in after we proof this pasta, it's ready to go, we're going to run it through the KitchenAid. We're going to start it on the thickest setting, which is 1. And then personally, I like my pasta like a little bit thicker. So this KitchenAid attachment goes up to 8. I'm just going to take it to like a 7 because I don't want to get it super thin. And then we're going to make a couple layers here, or we're going to fold it into layers, flour in between, roll it up into a nice roll, and then slice it, and that's how we're going to get our pasta. The type of pasta we're going for tonight is tagliatelle. It just means it's like a fettuccine, but like a little bit thicker. And we're going to do it by hand. So this is the only attachment we're going to use is like this roller to make it thin. We're not going to use the cutting attachments because we got great knives, we got knife skills, so we're just going to try it like that. All right,
All right, let's do it.
thickest setting number 1, low speed. I'm going to turn it on. The lowest speed, and I'm just going to feed it through.
Whoa.
So I'll probably feed it through about 2 times on each setting, with the exception of the first setting, because I want to get the right width of the pasta to go when it goes through the machine here.
Do you have to guide it through?
It helps. For sure. See, 2 passes through and we have a nice sheet going here.
So when we're done passing all of this through, how thick are all of these pasta, would you say?
How thick are all the pasta?
Yeah. Like the sheets, how thick?
They're going to be size 7 thick.
Okay.
If you've done this before, you probably haven't done it with homemade sourdough. Typically, if you make your own pasta, you have to like flour it when you feed it through the machine. However, this is like, because it's sourdough, it's like nice and tacky. Oh gosh, it smells so good. You don't need to do that.
Ooh.
So that's a nice benefit here of using your sourdough pasta. Feeding it through, okay, you can see we got like a nice thickness now. The pasta dough is standing up to the machine here. So that's time number 2 on number 2 setting. We're going to take it to 3. Another benefit of not only is this pasta delicious and more healthy because it's sourdough, it's very like therapeutic. It takes me back to the Play-Doh days in kindergarten. Let's see, anything in the chat so far?
Nope, good to go. So you want to give a quick little recap for all the new viewers that have joined us,
Yeah.
just tuning in right now. For everyone that eats a little bit late.
Hey, we got people watching in Hawaii, Guam, all over the Pacific, so they are right on time. Why don't you give the recap?
Okay, so today we are making a pasta carbonara. Right now what we're doing is making the actual pasta. Not making the actual pasta. We are making the pasta sheets because we pre-made the pasta beforehand. So we are rolling out the sheets. We will cut them into our pasta like slices. And then we will add our ingredients from there for a pasta carbonara. I am not a carbonara expert, so I will be using the guide of Justin to walk us through this because this is my first official time here joining you in the kitchen to make this pasta carbonara dish. So yeah, that's my recap.
Okay, sounds like a lot of alibis, she's giving herself an out if she messes up. It's really not that difficult. Just take your time, enjoy it. You're going to get a really good result. The key step isn't coming up for quite a few moments here, so just relax and enjoy a throwback to your old Play-Doh days. Okay, perfect. So I ran this first sheet through. I took it up to a level 7 because I like it a little bit on the thicker side. And now we're going to start making our pasta dough. Or we're going to start rolling this up so we can cut some pasta.
And that's where I come in, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to show you on this first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll pass it over to you.
Okay, perfect.
So because we're going to cut this by hand, we want to make sure that it doesn't stick together. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to get some of our preferred flour here. In the Front Porch Bakery, we're going to use all-purpose, but you could use pizza flour.
And the flour is super important, like non-bleached, no chemical additives or anything. So we use, for this round, is a King Arthur, but we have used Bob's Red Mill in the past. So either King Arthur or Bob's, I would say, are our go-tos.
Definitely not sponsored by either of those yet. But if you got anybody from King Arthur's or Bob's, we'd be happy to work with you guys. So I'm just going to flour this up just a little bit so it doesn't stick, and then I'm going to fold it over on itself.
Oh, fold it over.
So quick over, right? Because we're going to roll this up into a nice roll, and then we're going to cut some noodles. So layer number 2. You want to grab some, help me flour this one?
Yeah.
All right, just a little bit of flour. Don't worry if you there you go. Little too much.
Too much flour?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're just going to yep. Massage it in. Perfect. Okay. Probably second to last layer, yeah. Massage that in, and this is going to keep the dough from sticking on itself when you roll it up to cut it.
Okay.
And then maybe one more. And this one, you go to a place like Italy or like some of your other higher end stores. Why the fresh pasta is all nice and white like this? It's because they're flouring it for this process to make sure it doesn't stick. Okay, one more on the bottom. Nice and easy. Don't smush it together. Edge to edge here.
How are we looking?
Looking pretty good. And then we're going to roll that one up.
Oh, I didn't realize we roll it.
Yeah. Nice little roll there. We're going to let that rest. And then we're going to work on the next one until we come back and start slicing them up for pasta.
Okay, cool.
All right, taking it back to level 1. Any questions so far in the chat? Nope. Doing a good job explaining here. Section number 2. Oh, man,
Okay,
it smells
so
good.
normally I'm in charge of the mocktails. So for a mocktail that we have on the side today is our Trader Joe's apple cider vinegar drink. with like a little bit of ginger and lemon. And then we have our hop waters that we got from Whole Foods, which are really good, mixed with the ginger and a lemon bubbly drink. I think I have an example of this one. This probiotic sparkle drink. And we added in a little bit of, what was it called?
Angostura bitters.
Angostura bitters. We just drizzled it in there and then we're good to go. So those are what we have on the side for our mocktail, Dry January.
So I guess it's not technically not a mocktail because the Angostura has bitters, but so does vanilla. So, and it's just very little of it. So, still calling it a mocktail. All right, how you doing? You feeling confident about it? You want to start running some pasta sheets? You ready to switch?
Yeah, do you want me to try it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
We got a first timer.
when you do this, how do you make sure it comes out this
So I
straight?
go like one hand like there, and then one hand to kind of catch it. There you go.
Okay. Should I feed it the other direction or keep going
Nope,
the same
just
direction?
like I showed you. You got a first timer and already making adjustments to the.
I just want to make sure I'm doing it right.
Yeah, so you can't let it.
Uh-oh.
You let it. Yeah.
Okay, so how do I
Okay,
fix
we have a
it?
technique fix, right?
Yeah.
So did you guys see what happened there? She laid it down on that side and tried to feed it through, and then it got pulled, it got stuck. So this happens. It's going to take you a couple times, so you just, no big deal, just fold it back up and start over.
Oh, you like restart the whole way?
You don't have to, but for this time, just to show you that it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, so then that's why you want to hold it by your hand.
Uh-huh.
Don't let it sag on this part because it'll get stuck and it'll stretch too much.
Okay.
And then try to feed it through straight.
It's an art form, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. A round of applause for Kayla. Okay, I'll show you one more time.
Okay.
And you're done. Okay, so check it out, right?
Okay.
I'm here. See
I
that?
feel
I'm
like
not
that's
letting
what
it
I
stuck
did.
here.
But somehow my version got stuck.
Okay, well, we'll run it back on. We'll watch it in film tomorrow morning.
Okay. We'll run it back. Okay. So you put it here.
Okay, see, I already didn't line up. You already got stuck there.
Oh. The pressure is on. That worked out though, right? Okay, let's try this again. How are we doing? How are we
Oh,
doing?
that's better.
I think I'm always like opposite than you. Because like you had your left hand up here and I need to feed it the other direction, right?
Yeah, I
So
think
it's like the bike thing.
you're a visual learner. Like you do like a mirrored,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised you're not like a lefty.
By the way, because all of my approaches,
Huh?
right? Okay, so like
You know,
the
'cause
bike story.
If you're like a visual learner and
Yeah.
you watch a bunch of other right-handed people,
Uh-huh.
and you think of like a mirror, you would be using your left. I don't know, any neurologists out there want to chime in on that?
Actually, that would be a great question for my neurologist. Okay. Come on, feed through.
Okay,
Alright.
so now,
Now what do we do from here?
it's not so happy.
What do you mean?
See, it's like wider down here and it gets thinner.
Uh-huh.
So what you can do is fold it like that, even it up, start it over.
Okay, so maybe for time's sake, you want to take this back over?
Okay.
I will learn and I will get there, but you know, this live stream might be a few hours if that's the case.
All right, so about 2 times through on each setting. I'm taking it up to 7 on this KitchenAid. It goes up to 8. And once again, we're doing that because a little bit thicker pasta.
Oh, see, like yours looks really good.
Can you say that one more time for the camera?
See, now yours looks really
Oh,
good.
thank you.
You're keeping it like nice and wide and everything.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Just a little bit of a knack. You could do this with like a hand crank pasta attachment too. That was like $30, $40 for a good one. I have not used those. We're on the KitchenAid platform, but I assume that you get kind of a similar result with a little bit better exercise.
You're like burning the calories before you eat the pasta.
For sure.
Probably works out.
Feeding the pasta, baby. Feeding the pasta.
You know what? This would be a good skill set to learn, like on one of those days where I just like need to like tune out and do nothing. Right? Just like, let me just feed the pasta all day long. To become an expert in the feeding. Because, you know, you see those people at Italy, those folks, those chefs behind the counters there, they make it look so easy. But when in reality, as you have all seen, it is not that easy. Barb Carlson, first time in the chat.
All right, welcome.
Welcome. Can you overwork the pasta by feeding it through an extra time?
I don't know, I might have here.
What did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Quite the example.
So if that happens, no big deal. Just fold it back up. Make a nice little rectangle-ish shape here. And then just feed it back through.
Wow.
Just like the Play-Doh days.
Is there a difference because you use sourdough, right? So
Yeah.
sourdough, like I noticed in the bread that we make when you're creating it, you get a lot of bubbles.
Uh-huh.
And then now some of the times that you feed it through, you kind of see the same similar bubbles. Will you get that in all aspects of the pasta making, or is it mainly just because we're using a sourdough pasta right now?
No, once you run it through that first time, you're going to squeeze all the bubbles out. All the sourdough related bubbles.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I've noticed here is that the dough is a little bit more tacky. In a good way for the sourdough. So you don't need the flour when you run it through to make it non-stick.
Whoa. Do you need me to grab this end?
Yeah, that's helpful.
Because we got a long piece right, you know.
Yeah, this one got a little crazy. But it's okay, you guys will see we'll still be able to make some good pasta out of this.
Wow. What a noodle. Are we ready to fold it?
No, I think they're going to start this one over.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting a little crazy.
It takes time. You know.
This one's going to be great, I can feel it. There we go.
Because you're working it through.
Now we got a nice thick sheet again.
Oh yeah, it's a nice square.
That's the cool thing. You mess up, you just start over. No big deal.
Oh, see, did you see that? That
Yeah,
pop?
that
is
is
that sourdough or is that the...
not related to sourdough. That comes from folding it over.
Oh.
So if you're working on your egg and wheat and semolina pasta at home, it's probable that you'll have the same effect. Get a couple little sourdough pops as you fold it over.
Oh, interesting.
Running it through.
So, in your opinion, what is the hardest part of this entire dish that we're making tonight?
So the key step here, the key success factor, is we're using eggs to be our sauce, and it's going to make it like nice and silky and delicious. And the egg, but the we're starting with raw eggs. And that's okay because the heat from the pasta, we're going to make the sauce right after we cook the pasta. And it's going to cook the eggs. However, we want to make sure that we have the right temperature so that the egg sauce does not turn into scrambled eggs.
Oh, wow.
Because if it does that, then you have like some weird kind of like scrambled egg pasta dish, pasta sauce, and it's will not be as enjoyable than like a really silky, nice pasta sauce. Okay, this one's getting a little funky.
Is it because we pushed it through so many times?
Could be, could be.
What do you think the average like amount of times the pasta should be pushed through? Like, is it possible that we're, like we said, overworking the pasta by pushing it through all these times?
Yeah, I don't know. I usually get it right the first time, so we got a little hole there. It's okay.
We're just gonna move forward, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we gotta wipe it in. That way we don't get any sticky sections. Can you hit me a little right there?
Yeah.
There you go. Fold it over. Can you right here too? Okay, it's very important that you get all of the surface area because if you just leave one little area that's kind of sticky, it could mess you up. Like that. We left a little bit of a gap there. Okay, we're going to roll it up. Can you light there a little bit?
Of course.
And then when we cut it, we're going to use a different kind of flour. We're going to add some semolina flour to the mix, which is more coarsely ground. And can you hit me here? And it's also going to help your pasta not stick. All right, number 3.
Okay,
Bombs away.
I'd also like to point out, if anyone sees these containers here, these are awesome. These, we got a handful of them from Amazon. And we have all our different kind of flours in here. So we have bread flours, we have our pizza flours, our whole wheat flours, all in separated containers because I like everything a little organized. And we also did that with all the sugar and all the beans. So, you know, the kitchen is really advanced in the last few months, I would say. And it's really starting to come together. So we're really excited about that. Yeah, so I think it's maybe best that you keep on this course, so I don't, you know, cause any delay in the show.
We got a Friends rerun coming on after us, so we got to make sure and wrap up this meal before the Real Housewives of Idaho come on.
Idaho?
Yeah. Or what is it, Salt Lake?
I don't know. There's probably a Real Housewives of like every city at this point.
Okay, we're getting close here. We're getting close. All the people with their pre-made pasta are like, yeah, this is why I do my pre-made pasta.
Okay, but the flavor. Talk about the flavor.
Yeah, there's once you do this. Oh, I got too excited. It's okay. I'll hit it on the next pass. The flavor of the homemade pasta, you can't beat it. One difference is like the cooking it al dente. It's a little bit of a different process here with the handmade or the fresh made pasta because it doesn't really ever have a chance to get hard. So then it's technically you can't get to like that al dente little snap in the pasta. But that's okay. If you just use at least 50% semolina flour in your pasta dough, you can get like a nice hearty pasta, al dente-ish texture. Yeah, make sure we forgot those edges last time, so.
Super important.
Sweet.
Flip it. There's never too much flour?
Yeah, I mean, this is like probably maybe 20 cents worth of flour that we're using here to keep this from sticking. So it's not worth cheaping out on it.
Got it. Good teamwork.
And as you can see, we were able to open up that sheet really easily.
Good job. We're getting there.
So
We're getting faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these sheets are pretty much the foundation of any Italian pasta dish. Spaghetti, except like your spiral type stuff. Oop. But definitely like your lasagna, ravioli, which we'll do coming up here pretty soon. Being able to roll these nice sheets, this is going to set you up for like lots of dishes in the future. And we're working it.
So
last one.
If you were to guess, like how many like servings are we creating? Like this makes a lot of pasta.
Yeah, it's a lot of pasta. So you got probably about.
So we're gonna have some giveaways, right? Some extra. Are we making it all tonight?
Yeah. No, we're gonna have some. So here's what you can do. You can freeze it. So after this step, this is our last one. We're gonna do my favorite step in the process. We're gonna cut it, and then we're gonna nest it and rest it, and that's my favorite and most satisfying part, which you guys, I'm happy to show you guys. And then from there, you can cook it fresh, or you can dry it on pasta drying racks. I usually don't do that because we just eat it right away, or give it away. Or you can put it in the freezer, or keep it in the fridge for a couple days. So it's pretty hardy, very versatile. Another good reason why I think this dish, pasta, has stood the test of time. It's delicious, and it's really hardy, like meaning you can store it, like once you dry it, you can store dry pasta for a couple months. I think it'll live in the freezer forever. It's a pretty cool product here. Okay, last time through. So you can see just a little bit of a knack running these sheets here.
Yeah. Because if you as we learned on sheet 2, if you kind of overwork it, it's a little trickier. If you push it through too many times.
Yeah.
It just doesn't want to conform after that.
You need somebody to come save it after that.
Yeah. But with all good things, practice makes perfect.
Also starting with the right size kind of chunk helps a lot, because you don't want, whoa. I've been, sometimes I had sheets that big when I was still kind of figuring out, not the best outcome.
A little more? And a little bit more? Perfect. I think this part for me is the most satisfying.
Okay.
Sprinkling the flour on.
We'll wait till we get to the rest and nest, then we'll see. I'll check in with you then.
Okay.
And now you know why bakers are always covered in flour.
I was just thinking that. I was okay, so I wore a black shirt, and my black shirt is about to be, a little powdery. But hey, it shows that I'm working hard in the kitchen.
Dedicated to the craft here.
Dedicated to the craft. It's an art form and a science, all in one.
All right, you ready to make some tagliatelle noodles?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to cut these by hand.
Okay.
And it's really important, like with any knife, that you have a good sharp knife, because we don't want to mush these. Because then they'll be mushed together, they'll stick in the pot, they won't separate. You won't get like those long, satisfying strands of noodles. So that's why it's important that we have a nice sharp knife and we slice them. You don't kind of press them and just separate them that way. So I'm sharpening my knife here, getting ready to slice these.
Okay, so I did think we at one point potentially did consider getting one of those pasta thingies.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't remember where we landed on that.
Let's see how these come out. They're cool, but not necessary.
Okay, okay.
You know what? I'm gonna make some room here. Let's get rid of this KitchenAid mixer. It has done its duty for the day. Thank you very much.
Let's put it away.
Back on the shelf.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so now we're gonna cut some pasta. So what we're gonna do here is take our rolls,
Okay.
move them over, probably about 1/4 of an inch, maybe like 8 centimeters, and get a nice slice.
Okay, so I've seen people and me do it in the past where we had like the full sheet completely out and then try to like cut it in those full sheets. You think this is a better and more foolproof way of doing this?
I think that this is the traditional way. I've seen they have like the pasta rollers. The bummer with that, it can be good. The pasta roller cutters, it's like 8 cutters, like almost like a little mini pizza rolls or pizza slicers, and you just roll and slice it. The bummer is you need like a lot of counter space. I think that's like how the businesses that make fresh pasta, like that's like their main thing. I think that's how they do it. But they just have like huge countertops where
we are limited.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep it this way. So I'm getting a nice slice here with my knife, running across.
Should I get any water boiling in the meantime?
Yeah, if you're using like an Instapot, pre-made, you're probably want to get your water boiling now. We, however, are using, we have a water kettle to boil the water, so that's going to really speed up the process.
But just get the Instapot up to temp?
You could.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to these for my favorite part, the nest and rest. We're going to go and keep moving and cutting these. All right. They're like little cinnamon rolls.
Ooh, I love cinnamon rolls.
So this section right here, that's enough pasta for both of us easily, probably like 3 to 4 people. I'm just gonna keep cutting these because we're here.
Okay, perfect.
So just in terms of like serving sizes and eyeballing it, we got plenty of stuff going on here.
And yes, you can make pasta in an Instapot, for everyone wondering, because I know that that has been very controversial in the fact of like we don't have a pan on the stove to broil water, but the Instapot works just fine. So we are very happy with it. All right, what can I do to help? The nest and rest?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. Too eager?
Yeah, maybe just calm down. If it was on camera, maybe this would be a good opportunity to practice your pasta sheets.
Practice my pasta sheets?
Yeah, running them through the machine.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like also like a great date night meal, dinner party. I mean, I think probably can't be too many people that have had fresh made pasta, which is unfortunate, but giving you the tools and the information for you to make it because it's fantastic. And then when you do go out to like a restaurant and you order pasta, you can really taste like the quality. Hopefully they have good quality pasta, or if it's not, then you can avoid those places. Okay, we're getting there.
It's an art form. Gigi. Yo. Hi, Gigi.
What up, G?
Thanks for joining us. We are in the pasta cutting stage of the pasta carbonara.
All right, why don't you try it?
Okay, I'll give it a whirl. So,
Yeah, try to go big strokes, because if you do those little sawing motions, you're just gonna smush it together. And we don't want this thing smushed. We like nice clean strokes. We want to slice the pasta so that it doesn't get stuck together. Okay, so once again, do not push down and mush it together.
okay.
See how it's like connected there
Yes.
versus this? How it's like sliced and a good clean, and that's touching. That's what we want, like nice, long, clean strokes to cut it, and a sharp knife.
Okay, I was showing how to do not do it. Like this.
Okay, long strokes.
That's long.
Okay, thank you. Okay, here's a long stroke. I'm using the whole knife. See that?
Uh-huh.
And then you will go back and watch the video. We'll watch the film tomorrow. You're right here. Sawing it and pushing it down and mushing it all together. Do you want to try again?
Okay, one more time. And then you can take back over.
What up, Nielsen?
Boom. Look at that.
We might be
Beautiful.
we might be hiring some pasta sheet rollers and some pasta slicers. We'll see. We'll know by the end of the night. There you go. That's a lot better. See the
Thank you.
difference?
Yeah, I just needed, a little more guidance in the way you were explaining it before.
Oh.
But I'm there now. Oops.
Okay, maybe it's too soon, and then also we don't need this water because we're gonna use hot water from the kettle, and then I think we're steaming up the cameras.
Oh. Whoops. How do you
There you
pick
go.
your how to pick the dinner music for tonight? What was your inspiration?
I wanted some nice music to like zone out. We're doing like pasta, which is
Good.
like a manual type thing. So yeah. Okay, nest and rest.
Nest and rest.
So we got lots of flour here. For this one, I suggest using some semolina. It's a thicker grind here, if you can see. It's almost like kind of like sandy. Like a sandy flour versus, probably not a good shot. But instead of like a powdery kind of flour, it's more sandy. So that's the best way I can describe it for camera here. And we're gonna dust it a little bit. We're gonna put some in our tray. And we're gonna start unraveling these noodles for my favorite part, the nest and rest.
The nest and rest. Now, are you trademarking that, or is that actually, called a stage in this process?
Nesting it is as you'll see here, is an official term in English for this. I don't know what the Italian term is. But the whole, the description of nest and rest as a formal step, that's been coined right here.
Nest and rest.
So we're gonna start. So now look at that. We have this nice tagliatelle noodle, and we're gonna start unraveling these. So you can help me with that. And this is pretty good feedback here. You can see where on some of them you didn't, maybe the sheet wasn't floured too good, or the knife skills weren't there, and you kind of mushed the noodles together. So this is some good instant feedback for the process here. So I'm going to need your help on this one.
Okay.
So we're just kind of unrounding these little noodle cinnamon rolls here.
Okay.
And when you feel like you have a good handful, we're gonna make a nest, a pasta nest. And I'm sure you guys have seen these like at the higher end supermarkets or the higher end restaurants. This is how they organize pasta and present it by serving. So pretty good job so far. They're unraveling pretty good.
Some of them are. But I see where your point where you're like, where the flour.
Yeah, they got kind of mushed together.
Just pull it apart.
Or this one didn't get dusted so well.
Uh-huh.
So this would be a great one if you have you're having like a dinner party, or maybe you're making a batch of pasta. This is a great way to separate your serving sizes.
Oh.
So check out that's a good one. See the pretty long cuts there?
Yeah.
You can see some of the other ones are kind of like small and like jagged cuts.
Okay, so this makes a lot of sense why we like try to dust it with so much of the flour.
Yeah.
Because these are like super delicate.
If you go to a place like Italy or like one of those kind of like fancy pasta joints, you'll see like the pasta, even though it'll be yellow, the actual pasta it'll be yellow from like the egg yolks. When they present it, like they're pretty much white and like dusty, and that's how much flour they use. Okay, nest and rest. Once you got like a nice little handful here, the nest and rest is you gather up your little strings here, you turn it around. So I'm kind of grabbing in the middle. Gather them up with your hands.
Yep.
Twist. Whoop. Twist. And then make a nice little circle. And then there's your little pasta nest.
That
And
looks
then-
good.
You set it aside to rest.
Yours is coming out really nicely. What do you think about this piece?
Okay, so this piece, this is two. So first it needs to get separated.
Oops. So you have to make sure like it's like in full separation. I was having some really good luck, and then all of a sudden I had some bad luck on some pieces.
So this one, it didn't get floured that well. That's why it's sticking.
And it's okay to pull it apart like that.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that is a
discard?
tosser. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
And then eventually, as you work through all your little pasta cinnamon rolls and you start nesting and resting, you have some really satisfying and beautiful looking pasta nests. And that is my favorite part.
The nests.
Nest and rest. Okay, see that one's like not even cut all the way. Okay, so we have some room for opportunity here.
Room for growth.
This one's not cut all the way.
I wonder which one of us did that one.
We'll figure out in the video session tomorrow. We're watching film. All right, let's see. Anybody else? All right. So these sheets are kind of stuck together kind of bad. I think it got mushed together. It didn't help when it was cut. But that's okay. It's all part of the learning process. Like that's not even... Okay.
You know, it all tastes the same, right?
No.
No. It won't all taste the same?
Yeah, this is how you get some nice noodle bites that are all equally covered in like your delicious sauce that we're about to make here, our carbonara sauce, versus just a hunk of dough.
A hunk of dough. Can I hand you these ones?
Why?
Because this piece is having a little technical difficulties.
Okay, and then as long as your pasta, you're able to separate it for this nest and rest process, you're good. I know it might seem like it's kind of like clumped up here as you're resting it. That's fine. When you're making the pasta, you're boiling it. When you're stirring it, you're able to separate it. So don't worry, it'll come apart, and you'll have some nice thin pasta versus just a clump of dough like
Okay, I think I'm ready to nest.
maybe some of these other ones. Okay.
So how do I do it? Like this?
Yep.
And then I spin? And then I come down?
Not quite.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do like a little serving. So here,
Okay.
so I'm gonna gather here,
Uh-huh.
twist,
Uh-huh.
and then keep twisting in a nice little pasta mesh like that.
Like that?
Kinda.
It looks beautiful, right?
Here you go.
Oh. Maybe I had too many.
I think you didn't really go for the twist here. We want to get that nice twist. Like some nice pasta dreadlocks here.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you grab it with your right and then fold underneath
Yeah.
and then spin it and then place it.
Yeah, so good job.
Okay, this was a perfect one.
Oh, that's a good
Look
one.
at this one. This is beautiful.
And then now you know when you see the noodles getting snapped when they put in the pot,
Uh-huh.
why it's so offensive to Italian people.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean it's offensive to people when the noodles...
When you cut the noodles in half, when you're making noodles like spaghetti or like fettuccine or these tagliatelle.
Oh, because of this process.
Yeah, because you gotta respect the
Wow.
pasta.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look at pasta way differently now. I didn't even think about that.
Making
When you like cut up the pasta when you're like having food to eat it so you don't, oh my gosh.
When you have the dry pasta and you just like snap it and throw it in the pot.
Yeah.
Why that hurts so bad?
Yes, I see that. I see your point now. I think I would feel the same way now when I see it. Because it's a process. It's a good process, but it's a process. Like, who doesn't want fresh pasta? Let's be real. We got some baby pieces, which was not going to fit on my thing because I got some long ones right now.
Okay, I think we could have done, in general, I think we could have done a better job of
What?
putting the flour in the layers between the pasta.
Yeah, I agree. You really have to like present a hefty amount.
But it's okay, we had a new trainee.
Me. Yeah, because I still am struggling with some of these sticking areas, you know?
So make sure when you're doing this at home, you throw the flour on there, you get a nice little wipe. Good coverage on your pasta sheet. You know, maybe for your first couple times you use semolina as well, because that's a really good preventer from making it stick.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a good pro tip right there for you. And we'll do a whole nother pasta series and we'll cover that, so.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to revisit this one for sure. Okay, those are discard pieces. Not discard, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, I'll think about what we can do with those in the meantime.
Okay, so
So maybe just for funsies, hold on.
want to put them together?
No? And can you give me just a little bit of room here? There's some that are kind of dry.
Uh-huh.
So, are not dry, they haven't been covered in flour, so I'm going to take them through our little flour bath here. We guys are long ones. These are some long ones.
I know, this one, mine too. This batch was very long.
Okay, you want to take them through the
Now I'm going to
flour there?
follow your step. Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Take them through some flour? Yeah.
Okay, so I'd call this a serving as well.
Okay. So we,
At least a European serving.
so we go to the right?
Yeah, like to reach through, twist it,
Twist it.
nest it and rest it.
Okay, so
There you go.
twist through. Let it fall here. And then rest it.
Okay. A little more semolina while that rests. We're gonna make our carbonara sauce. All right, we're calling that done. By the way, see they have like that nice, it almost looks like frosted flakes or something like that. All the white over here.
Yeah, that
versus
looks
how
great.
like not white it is over here.
Uh-huh.
So that is this is what we want. Not enough flour. Okay, so like literally, if you guys can see this one, we want these things to be like totally covered in flour. That's another good one as well. Versus these, we're kind of seeing like a lot of yellow. Mm-hmm. So that means that's a good indicator that we didn't put enough flour on the sheet when we were rolling them out. So we'll check out the video. We'll see how we can get better. And we'll keep it moving because we're definitely doing this again because it comes out delicious.
Delicious.
All right, let's make some carbonara sauce.
First time in the chat, hey.
Asking for it.
Saying hello. Should we put this back on the tray? Or are you gonna discard it?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's cook it. We'll cook it and see what happens.
Okay. All right, what's up next?
All right, so we're gonna do a cup of the grated pecorino, 3 large eggs, salt and fresh ground black pepper.
All right, let's do it. Do you need the flour anymore?
No.
Put it away.
All right, so I really like this to do a lot of pepper in these. We'll definitely do it again for the cacio e pepe for our Roman pasta series.
Here, I'll let you do it under the camera so some folks can see where you're going.
Just cracking some pepper, quite a lot of black pepper. I definitely recommend doing the fresh cracked because there's just no comparison to the stuff that's been already crushed and sitting on the shelf for who knows how long versus the smell of that.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Oh, looks like we have a pepper refill coming up soon. All right, you want to grab some of the pecorino and then start grating it? We need about a cup. So we'll send out the ingredients and the recipe here pretty soon. So we're gonna do pecorino. This is we're doing the Trader Joe's because we like Trader Joe's a lot. It's a raw sheep's milk cheese, very popular in Rome. And it's gonna be delicious. So while she's doing that, I'm gonna crack some eggs in there. And it's gonna be the basis of our sauce. So this is the key part of the meal here, of the dish, is this egg sauce. The pasta water, the hot pasta that you cook is gonna cook the eggs, but we want it to cook nice and slow because if you cook them too fast or you hit it with like a bunch of hot pasta water, you're gonna end up with scrambled eggs in your pasta, that's not what you want. You want a nice, silky egg sauce. So 3 eggs straight out of the refrigerator. They're going into my mixture of the fresh cracked pepper. KK's doing the pecorino romano. She's grating about a cup of that.
It smells delicious. You know that?
It's got that nice hard aged cheese smell. Also works great. Not a lot of lactose in there, so if you're lactose intolerant, fantastic ingredient.
Great cheese for you and me, I should say.
My vegan people, I don't know what the substitute is for those aged cheeses. Maybe some kind of like yeast. I don't even know. Maybe you can put it in the chat what you guys use. Same thing for Same thing for the eggs.
Do you think that's enough, or you want me to keep going?
Is it a cup?
Probably not. Probably a little less than a cup.
All right, this is a cup and a half. Mm-hmm. We like it cheesy though, so you can do a little bit more if you want.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna beat these eggs here with the pepper. Also, if you're sticking true to the recipe, this would be a great time to start cooking your bacon, frying that up in a pan.
Okay, so I think this is about a cup.
All right, toss it in. I got some delicious smoked sea salt flakes here that I'm gonna toss in as well.
Oh, this smells good. All right, any more cheese I need to start grating?
Nope. Yeah, actually, yeah, as a garnish for sure.
Okay. In the meantime, do you want to try a little bit of this one?
Yeah, we gotta know what we're getting into.
Okay. Here you are.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. Yeah, it is good.
So I have a nice little
Good
mixture
cheese. How many servings?
Not
Or
enough.
frozen? What were we saying? So each pasta nest is about 2 servings, right? Give or take.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10
Probably
servings right now.
2 European servings, 1 American serving.
Yeah. So yeah, each nest makes around 2 because it like really expands when you boil the water. It's really good.
I'm gonna do a couple splashes here of olive oil because we're not doing the bacon or pancetta in this recipe. I know this is kind of where I'm straying from the tradition, but just a couple little splashes of good olive oil. Throw that in the mix. And then now we're going to start our water in the kettle for our pasta.
Kettle on.
And this is, I think this is the one place where the Instant Pot does kind of lack, is it's not a great water boiler. It has a saute setting, but it takes like a very, very long time. So we're gonna boil the water in this kettle over here, start it, and then transfer it over to the Instant Pot to cook. So while that's going, I'm gonna get the Instant Pot up, start on the saute. I got my salt ready to put in the pasta water. So that's going to season our pasta while it cooks. And then also I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, and that's also going to help keep the noodles separate. I'm going to get my strainer ready over here. This is where we're going to strain the pasta in, and then we need one more bowl right here, and we're going to catch some of the pasta water. The pasta water is going to be delicious. It's going to have like some really tasty starches and some of the flavor from the pasta. So we're going to capture a splash, probably about a cup of the pasta water. After we cook the pasta, is going to go in here, set aside, because then we're going to add it back into our egg, cheese, and pepper mix to make our sauce, our carbonara sauce, which is like the heart of the dish.
That's really good.
All right, so I hear that fabulous boiling noise. That's our water getting up to temp.
You want to try this Parmesan?
Are you just back over there cutting yourself some cheese and stuff?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Making sure everything's good to go.
All right. Servings in the sauce. Yeah. The 3 eggs, this will do easily probably 4 to 5 servings.
4 to 5. So 3 eggs, 4 to 5. Wow.
And then, so what it does is creates like a nice velvety sauce to cover the pasta. But for whatever reason you want like a little bit more, like a little bit thicker sauce. Super easy to make, super quick. Let's just scale it up. I definitely would suggest like staying away from the store-bought stuff. I think there's some stores they sell like carbonara sauce, and it's just like a lot of just additives. Just stay away. This is like so simple to make. We went through a little bit of a process here. That's because we use homemade pasta, but if you're using cooked pasta, super simple. Just bring together some eggs, some pepper, some salt, a little olive oil, and you got like a banging sauce. Okay, well that water is boiling. It should be pretty quick here. I'm just gonna prep my tongs for when the pasta is ready and we combine it with the sauce. And it's gonna help us kind of get around in there and move that sauce around.
Okay, perfect.
And then also nice, the reason why we kind of, one of the reasons why we create these pasta nests is we can just pick them up and put them in there versus like, you know, you have the dried pasta, you can just open the bag and toss it all in.
Yeah.
You obviously can't do that with these, but with these nests now that we have, we can just put them in and place them in there and stir them around and make sure they don't stick together.
So how many of these are we making tonight?
Let's do 2.
2.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's do 2, and then we have to do. Should we test this one?
Yeah, might as well. Maybe we'll do that one off camera and then we'll cut it so it looks like it came out really good. Okay, almost there. We want our water boiling. Our fresh pasta is going to cook in like probably 2 minutes. We're going to shoot for al dente here, as much as al dente as we can. So al dente pasta, when you're starting from dry pasta, the inside is not quite cooked, it's a little bit firm. This obviously, like our pasta that we just made, was never hard. So we're never going to get that kind of like snap to our pasta, but we can get like a nice hearty pasta feel. And that's coming from the semolina flour in our pasta dough. All right, so here comes the boiling water.
Should I get out the bowls? Because we're pretty much going to go boom, boom from here, right?
We're going to keep it back into that bowl.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so here comes our hot pasta water.
Woo!
Okay, we're not clouding up the cameras. That's great. The lighting's getting a little bit weird, but that's okay.
It's like we're in a haunted house.
Yeah. And you know what? We could probably run this again to get a little more. Can you add the salt in that water, please? Like a couple shakes, and then a couple little glugs of the olive oil.
Oh yeah, did you talk about this olive oil?
Yeah.
This olive oil is probably like the best olive oil I have ever had, and it comes with this little what is the top called of it? Like a
spout?
A spout. Thank you.
I was just going to say it's so good that we are going to use this other olive oil to keep it together. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Or to keep from sticking together.
We don't want to waste it.
Yeah, this olive oil, once again, we don't have a sponsorship with them, but I don't put any heat by it because it's so good. I don't want to disturb it.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
It's perfect on its own. It's really good with bread.
Yeah.
I would say like the best part. Speaking of bread, our side dish tonight is going to be a little bit of this lovely sourdough that we cooked earlier today. So that's going to be our side dish. We'll probably dip it in some of the oil actually with some salt and pepper. Sounds great.
Okay, before we lose our temp on this pasta water, we're going to add that one in and then kind of swirl it around, make sure the pasta is not sticking together.
How are we looking?
Let's do 2 here.
Oh, wow.
And then see the noodles separate. We did a pretty good job.
Oh, shoot. We don't have any of the cameras over here.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, perfect. Good job.
So I'm going to keep an eye on this because it's going to cook pretty quickly compared to store-bought pasta. Or even dried pasta.
So just a little bit olive oil, a little bit of salt, and then you just keep an eye on it, and it's like that easy.
Yep. And move it around a little bit so it doesn't stick together, doesn't clump together. And then we're going to want to taste this here in about 45 seconds or so.
Oh.
Because I think it's going to be done.
What's the taste test?
You get a fork,
Uh-huh.
take some out, and take a bite.
Oh.
All right, when that comes to a full boil, can you put another little splash in here, please?
Of course. I think, one of the best parts of this meal is going to eat it. And, oh, yep, exactly, yum, what I was thinking. I was just over here like, oh, wow, I can't wait to eat it.
Okay, one of the reasons why we want to keep this moving around and not have it stick together, is so our delicious sauce coats all of the strands equally. That way you have like the perfect bite in each. You always have the perfect bite of pasta and sauce, that right ratio. Okay, you want to get a shot?
Oh, yeah. You go, you take it. Oh, this is a piece that broke a little bit because you can see where the flour was missing.
Oh, so that's a good sign. We have some nice strong pasta.
I think I'd go just a little bit more on at least that piece because it was a thicker piece. But I'll let you decide because that was good.
Oh, nope, that's good to go.
Good to go?
Yeah, we definitely don't want mush.
We don't want to overcook it, right?
Yeah.
Water's pretty much almost done. Do you want any more of it? All right. No, because we're ready.
We're gonna do one more bowl here. So I'm gonna move these out
Okay.
because let's do one more nest. Actually, I'm good on the water. I think we're good.
Because you need that water, right?
Yeah. We just need some of the water.
Okay.
So we're moving it here into this other bowl. I think you want to move your phone probably.
Okay. Splash zone. Ooh, looking good.
We still have our Instant Pot on saute mode. So we're gonna do one more nest over here. Yeah, go ahead and hit me with some water.
Ready?
Yeah,
Tell me when.
that's good. Put our little pasta nest in there. Move it around just a little bit, keep it from sticking together. If you're using store-bought or dried pasta, you don't need to move it around as much. Much lower risk of it sticking together. But since this is fresh, we literally just made this a couple minutes ago.
It's looking good.
We're gonna keep moving it. We're gonna give it a little bit of a jostle.
A jostle?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
All right, in the meantime, you want to throw bag those other two nests up. We can put them like in a nice little container. Trying to stay away from the plastic bags, but reuse like the containers, like the hummus containers from Trader Joe's. Those are a great little.
Oh yeah, we used some of those on our last giveaway.
Yeah, those are a great little freebie.
Should I probably put some flour in here, right?
Oh, that's a good idea.
To prevent it from sticking in here.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 different ones, or should we just? Oh yeah, because we're 2 different ones.
Yeah, maybe a little semolina in between the layers. It's a good go-to. Okay, so very important. We're coming up to our key step. We're going to add our pasta into our egg sauce, and we're going to go pasta first. And the residual heat of the pasta is going to start cooking the eggs. And then once we have like a nice foundation there, then we're going to slowly add some of this pasta water, probably about a half cup. I'm going to call it a splash, into the mix as well because it's delicious and it's still got some heat, so it's going to also help cook those eggs in the sauce. Oh, that's good. Al dente.
Good to go.
So we move this over into our bowl, which is what we're going to combine with our carbonara sauce mixture here. Nice and steamy, is great on a cooler California winter night. And in they go. And I'm going to move this around to coat it. You got that nice pasta sauce sound. The residual heat of the pasta is cooking the egg. Put at an acceptable temperature so that we don't end up with scrambled eggs in here. We're gonna get a nice silky velvety sauce. We got some pecorino romano cheese in here, some fresh ground pepper, a little bit of olive oil, some salt. If you're feeling spicy, you want to elevate this to like a dinner party or like a date night, you would toss in some bacon or whatever your substitute for bacon is. If you're vegetarian or vegan, we're doing olive oil here. Okay, I think we're getting there.
Almost ready for the toppings?
Now a little bit of pasta water. Please, please, please avoid the Olive Garden temptation to do chicken carbonara or add those types of things in here. Just respect the simplicity of the dish, you know, what it takes to execute, and stay away from all of like those Olive Garden upsells. Okay, a little bit of splash here from our pasta water. Just a little bit at a time, and I'm gonna make sure I keep moving it. And this is gonna end up on the plate like a fantastic noodle. Yeah, and then I think like a nice garnish of some parsley. Do you want to switch while I do the parsley, or would you want to do the parsley?
I'll pull the parsley through.
Okay, just
This is
maybe
my
just
favorite
tear
part.
it.
Pulling it through. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I think we're ready to eat.
Ooh, ready to eat. Okay, then I gotta speed this process up because we are ready. Okay.
Of course, you got to taste it. Now it's starting to thicken it up. See, all your sauce here is nice and opaque, meaning that the egg is cooked. Just moving
Let's
it
take a
around.
look. Whoa, that looks really good. Because what to not look forward to, like when you see that?
Like if you can clearly see, you know, like streaky eggs, clear kind of juices, then your egg is not cooked. But see how it's like nice and opaque?
Yeah.
The liquid is, you can't see through the liquid. That's a great sign that your egg is cooked.
Perfect.
So after that taster, you got to taste your food. We're going to need a little bit more salt. So just kind of a dash here. We'll start with a couple little dashes.
Parsley's ready.
I think you're going to want to run that. We're going to run a knife over that.
Oh, you want me to chop it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Okay, another little bite here to make sure we got it, and then I'm going to plate this. It's hard to find just one little bite. Whoa! Because we got these nice, long, beautiful noodles. Oh yeah.
Good? Anything missing?
Yeah, it needs to be in our belly. All right, we are almost there. So I'm gonna get in here. You know, these nice thick tagliatelles don't twist up quite as nice as the spaghetti noodles, especially when they're al dente, but
That looks
the taste
still
is
looks
fantastic.
phenomenal.
So I just put a little twist on there to make it like visually interesting. Kayla's running a knife over through.
Sprinkle?
Yeah, sprinkle, and then hit it with some of the pecorino romano. And then also like another little pass at the
Oh, and
pepper.
this is the Parmigiana.
Finish it off with some fresh cracked pepper. And you have an incredible dish of
Looks good.
pasta carbonara.
Wow. Okay, one more photo. Thank you.
A little bit of lag on our stream here.
Any questions before we dive in and start eating? No? Good?
All right. Well, thank you guys. That was a fun one. Catch us next. We'll send out a schedule, a post on when we're going to go live on the next one. And appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Peace.
Bye.